Lastly, here's an actual picture of the setup that I've been using for 2 years. I explain it's a 3-axle trailer. You can't see the third tire there, but you will in some other pictures. That's the Dodge, just a standard Dodge pickup, dually. And there she is. And we did a lot of loads with that unit, that's for sure. Here's an example of a load of lumber. This is on delivery. The straps have been untucked and what have you, so it's a little bit messy there, but this is typical stuff. Up here you can see that black thing. I think I put a little piece of a towel or something up there because it wasn't a square corner, but there was something sharp, so I wanted to protect the strap. So it's always good to have, like I said, or I'm going to actually go over this. I didn't go over it yet, but have little pieces of towel or little pieces of carpet or stuff like that that you can protect your straps, and some actual corner protectors that we're going to see in some next slides here coming up. By the way, this was side loaded so a forklift came out after the straps were off, and they go underneath it with a forklift and take it off the trailer. They'd lift the top bundle off first, and then they'd work on one side, then the other side, and they'd get it off pretty quick, and then you're out of there. Sign the documents, and you're good to go. And okay, so here we've got a load that we did. It was for the City of Toronto. It was booked through a broker, so the city didn't hire us directly, but it was at a big construction site downtown, and they had all these cement forms that they needed taken back to the provider. And this would go on every day. We had this job, I think, for like 2 weeks. Every day we'd be there like really early in the morning, and we'd do one run, and we'd come back and pick up some more stuff and go back, and the next day they just had tons of this stuff. They're constructing a new train station or something like that down there. So it's a big operation, big stuff going on there. But anyway, this is exactly what I was talking about of trailer length versus load size, where you can see that if these metal frame things weren't on top of this load, I could have easily stacked more of these forms on top of each other, because the load is just over the top of the truck, but the trailer and the truck can't take that much weight. So I didn't even use the back part of the beaver tail back here. We could have stacked more stuff back there, but obviously they know what each one of these units weigh, and we calculated it out, and I said, that's it, guys, sorry, I can't put more weight on. So if I had a 40-foot trailer, I would have had like 15 feet of empty space there, so it wouldn't have mattered. So that's exactly what I was getting at before, is I run out of weight before I run out of room. So having a longer trailer wouldn't have benefited me one bit in this situation. Actually, it would have hurt me, because I probably wouldn't have gotten the job, because it would have been too long to get around these corners and stuff in here. It was pretty tight. Even with this setup, it was a lot of work backing up and moving around. So, by the way, you can see here the corner protectors. They protect the straps. These black corner protectors, I would recommend getting those. Like I said before, have pieces of carpet, some towels. You can also see in here, I use chain binders on some of these, just because of the sharp edges and stuff like that. You can never have enough straps. Strap it. If you got room for a strap, put it on. So it's just better to be safe than sorry, that's for sure. Let's go to the next slide. Here's another load, side loaded. The forklift came down from the bay door there, loaded us on the side. Just steel frame. I don't know, tables. I don't know what this stuff is. It was a local delivery, probably about, I don't know, 60 miles, 50 miles, something like that, just in the greater Toronto area. They needed the stuff moved, and that's it. So that's what this stuff looks like. This is some of the loads you get. And like I said, it's all no-touch freight. They come out, load it on. You know, I might have helped them shove a piece over here and there or whatever. But they're pros, right? These guys do this every day. So where if you were picking this up at some farm, for example, like a guy who doesn't do this kind of stuff every day, they'd probably be like, well, grab an end there and throw it on, and all that, and it's just that's why I say stay away from the U-ship sort of stuff, and book through pros. Here's a small tractor that we moved. This was, where did this go? From Sarnia, Ontario, I believe, up to Sault Ste. Marie. Quite a long haul in Ontario. Ontario is a pretty big province, so it's about, I don't know, 700 miles each way. And this is after it was unstrapped. This is on location at delivery. You can see I got some towels down at the back, and those were just to put over where the chain binders went, where the chains crossed over the paint. I just wanted to make sure not to scratch the paint of their tractor. And actually the guy who came out to drive the tractor off complimented me on having that. He said, that's really nice of you. Most guys don't do that. And so just those little extra touches about being pro is remember that if this is your tractor, that's the way I look at it. If this is my brand new tractor and I was bringing it to my house, I wouldn't want to scratch it when I was transporting it, that's for sure. So let's go to the next slide here. I put this in just because it shows a couple of things. This is showing the trailer backed into a dock, okay? And you can't see it here, but this stuff inside these boxes are tubes of copper, and this is it. This is the whole load. It weighed, I think, a total of like 8,000 pounds, I'm guessing. It was loaded from a crane that they have in the ceiling. It's a big factory just outside of Toronto. And it was what they call an expedited load. It was picked up at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, driven into the city in Toronto on a Friday, so that takes usually an hour, but because of traffic it took like 4 hours, and it had to be on location that night anytime. So we made pretty good money on that load. I think we made like $600 on that load, and it was like a total of like 80 kilometers. But there was a lot of sitting around and stuff like that, but not a lot of expense because we didn't burn a lot of diesel. So not a bad day, and that's that. Let's see if we got something else here. Okay, stuff. I just made a section. This is actually the last slide. I can't emphasize enough, lots of straps. Have, if you can, like 20 straps with you. Just have them. One might break on you, whatever it is. Just have them available. Chains and binders. I'd have at least 6 chains and 6 binders, and they're always good for all kinds of stuff, not just for tractors, but for any kind of metal. You saw on that one, there was those metal crates with with some kind of metal inside, but the outside of the crate was metal, so I put chains over them because they would have definitely broken a strap. So that's important. Have a few 2x2s, 4x4s for securing loads, for putting, let's say you're going to put pipe on your trailer. Well, you need to put it up on 4x4s so they can get, forklift underneath it or a crane underneath it later. So it also makes your load more secure. Have a box of nails with you and a hammer so you can, if you need to nail something down to your deck or whatever, secure a 2x4 or something like that. It's always good to have. Corner protectors, carpet, towels, whatever, have it. Have some kind of crowbar, metal bar that you can push. If you have to get up underneath something and move it over an inch or something like that, you can do it a pry bar. I have a broom handle. That sounds crazy to have, but sometimes with some of these loads, getting the strap across the trailer can be difficult because maybe you have to go through the load, like with those metal tables I was showing you. So if you can attach the end of the strap, the hook, to the end of the broom handle, then you don't have to sit there and try to crawl in between. It just makes your life a little bit easier. If you can have a little step ladder with you, just something you can have in the back of your truck, that comes in handy from time to time. I usually forgot mine, but there's been times where you got to kind of climb up on a load to get the straps over. If you want to look at the top of the load to make sure somebody didn't leave a hammer up there when somebody was climbing on the load or whatever. If you got to climb up somewhere, it's good to have like a little 3 or 4 step ladder that you can just unfold and climb up. Just makes things a little bit easier. So there you have it. I hope you guys found this video interesting and informative. I'm really sorry if I left anything out. That's that some of you guys that are already in the business, I can add it or whatever. I appreciate your comments, suggestions. And again, I didn't see anything else out here like this. And when I got into this business, I really wish there was somebody put a video together. So appreciate your time, guys, and thanks a lot, and hope you like it. Okay, we'll see you later. Good luck.